Okay, everybody, welcome back. We are going to talk about dividing polynomials today. So this process of dividing polynomials is going to be really similar to multiplying. It's the exact opposite. So we're going to start off by talking about multiplying polynomials. So we did this a couple of days ago. Sorry, this is not focused very well. Let me let it focus. Okay, so if you remember, we took each of our factors, we put one factor above each box. So I'm going to have an x and a 3 and an x and a 5. And then I would want to multiply the left and the top to get what is inside the box. So x times x is x squared. 3 times x is 3x. 5 times x is going to be 5x, and 5 times 3 is 15. Okay, then we would add our common, our like terms, excuse me, to get x squared. 3x plus 5x is positive 8x, and then plus 15. Okay, so to the right, it says, what mathematical operation do you use to do the terms in the shaded boxes? And what it means by that is this part basically means, what do you do to combine them? What terms do you use to combine them? Sorry, the little ladybug symbol's in the way. And what it's basically just saying is that we add. Okay, we added those like terms. And it says, notice that these terms are on the diagonal in the box. So notice that like all of our diagonals are shaded different colors in this, and that's going to be key to figuring out our like terms. Okay. So in number 2, we're going to multiply again. We have a 2-term polynomial and a 3-term polynomial. The 2-term is going to go on the left, so I'm going to have an x and a -1. The 3-term is going to go on the top. I'm going to have x squared, 3x, and -4. Okay, so I'm going to multiply left and top. So on the left, I have x. On the top, I have x squared. Multiply to get x cubed. X squared and -1 to get negative x squared. 3x and x to get 3x squared. -4 and x to get -4x. 3x and -1 to get -3x. And -4 and -1 to get +4. Okay, now notice the boxes that have the same color are like terms. Not true for these two guys. Those are two separate ones. So we're going to combine those. X cubed is by itself. So I'm going to write x cubed right there. 3 minus 1 x squared is going to be 2, positive 2 x squared. And -4x and -3x is -7x. And then +4 at the end. So that is our product. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about dividing these, dividing a polynomial by another polynomial. So in this case, because this was the product of the two polynomials right here, I could hypothetically divide one of my factors from my product into my product. And when I do this, I should get out my other factor. Okay, so we're going to talk about how to do this today. Okay, so when we divide a polynomial by another polynomial, division is undoing our multiplication. So we are going to subtract to fill in the diagonals in the box. Okay, so number 3, we are taking the top thing and we are dividing by the bottom thing. This is called our dividend. And this is called our divisor. Okay, the divisor is the thing doing the action. We are dividing this thing into that thing. Okay, so basically what we're asking is, if I take 3x plus 2, what do I have to multiply it by to get 6x cubed plus x squared plus 4x minus 5? Okay, that's our question. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill in, you know what, guys, we don't need this bottom row here. Sorry about that. I meant to remove it. We're just using the top two. So I'm going to take my 3x squared, and I want it to go on the side that has 2 terms. So I'm going to have 3x squared and 2. Okay. Now we're doing the opposite of what we did before. So what we did before was we ended up with the product on the inside of the box. Okay. This big polynomial on top is the result of a product. Okay, so this thing is what needs to go inside the box. I'm going to fill in this thing all the way along the top. Okay, that's what's going to happen. Okay, so I'm going to start with just my first term. I have 6x cubed. That's my very first term of my polynomial. And I want to ask myself, before I do anything else, before I fill in the rest of my polynomial, what on earth would I need to multiply 3x squared by to get this 6x cubed? Okay, so just like up here, we had an x cubed on the inside. We got that x cubed by multiplying the thing to the left and to the top to get the inside. So I want to do the same thing here. What would I have to multiply this by to get the 6x cubed? Well, to get 6 from 3, I know that I have to multiply by a 2. So I'm going to have a 2 right there. And then this is an x squared. The x squared goes up by a power of 1, so I need at least another x right there. So 2x at least needs to be there. Oh, you know what? I made a mistake. Hopefully you guys caught it. This 3x is just 3x. It's not 3x squared. So I need to remove this square. Okay. Now, this is cubed. This is just 1. I need at least 2 more to get there. So that one needs to be the 2x squared. I'm very sorry about that. I apologize. So again, my mistake was that I accidentally added a little square right there when it just needed to be 3x. And so I still need to multiply by 2 to get 6. 3 times 2 is 6. But then I only had 1 x here, and there are 3 here, which means I need 2 more. So I needed a power of 2 right there. Okay, so now I have another thing that I can fill in. I have 2x squared right here, and I have a 2 right here, which means I should be able to fill in this box. So 2x squared times 2 is 4x squared. I'm just multiplying the 2 coefficients. 2 times 2 is 4, and then I have to include my x squared from up here. So now I have 2 of my boxes filled in. I need to look at my next term. So my next term is right here, x squared. Okay, I have 4x squared right here, but I need, when I add, a toddler's coming in. Hi. When I add my diagonal here, I need to get my x squared, but I have 4x squared. In order to only have one positive x squared, I have to subtract 3x squared. Okay, so that's going to be on my diagonal right there. So when I combine these two, now I do get my x squared that I had right there. Okay, so, oh man. So now I have to ask myself what I need to fill in right here. So I need to look at my value on the left, 3x, and I want to see I want to ask the question, how did I get this negative 3x squared? Well, first of all, this is negative. So whatever is up here has to be negative. Okay, so then I have one